The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep, and his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller. Carry now for Paul Perkins. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. The headshots here are the offensive unit. And what about Brandon Cooks?
If he's not a 1,000-yard receiver every year he's healthy in the league, I'll be surprised. Came out of college wanting to be a pro, studied all the best receivers in the NFL before he even got to the league.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
That was not a completion that results in a highlight video. But at the same time, if you have those kind of completions all game long, eventually one of them might turn into a highlight. And on 3rd and 3, they decided to go with a dime package. 6 DBs.
Yeah, you're right. They've got 6 out there. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs. And they talked about how important the passing game was going to be against that defensive look. Good job there going to the air for the first down.
It's all about preparation. It's all about planning, and then it's about execution. So they put it all together in practice. Okay, this is what we think we're going to see. This is how they get to it. And then when the game comes, read it and attack it.
Here's Perkins on first down. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
All right, partner, despite my eating habits, I'm not big enough to play offensive tackle, nor am I quick enough. But with the defensive ends nowadays and their speed, those guys have to be able to punch and dance, and it's a tough, tough job to contain them.
On 2nd down, Perkins. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13.
But I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. These short ones still have their value. You can still set up the play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. They'll come out in the pistol. And they'll go on the ground. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They'll set up a throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
They're going to look to throw. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action?
And his first carry, he loses the football. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. And hopefully for both sides, not a sign of things to come, Charles. This morning, it was so perfect outside, but we knew this weather was coming, and we see the effects of it here early on.
And I wonder if how perfect it was this morning has psychologically fooled everyone. You know, it's almost like even though we were told the weather was coming, and you know the teams knew it as well, then maybe they got fooled and thought, it's going to be okay. And now they're probably a little upset that it's out there
because
raining.
Warm-ups were dry.
Oh, we're dry, and now you've got to make the change up, and it's the first quarter. Might take them a little time to settle in on their focus and concentration.
They go back to the air here after the INT. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can...
And now a fumble. The ball's out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands so they can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to make it fourth down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on fourth down. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. So here comes the guy, Charles, I think you'd agree. He's getting more comfortable, but he still has some stuff to prove at this level.
Still has things to prove, but the expectation level has really jumped for him. He's shown so much potential along the way. Now people want to know, will he take it to the next level and bring his team along with that?
Here we go. 1, 9,
Now a play fake here on first down. And he slings one that's incomplete. And with this offense, one guy to key in on defensively is Kevin White.
Had to battle injuries at the start of his career, but boy, he's ready to fulfill his promise. An absolute beast downfield.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. They'll look to throw here. Backing up. And that is incomplete. And here now, New Orleans defensive unit.
Cameron Jordan is now one of those versatile defensive linemen who can play all up and down the front. Whether he's playing tackle or end, he knows how to make plays.
So still a full 10 yards to go here for the offense on third down.
Check 31, check 31. Here we go. What? 90. What? 90. Hut. Hut.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And Adams has it complete. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number one receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Looking to throw. It's brought in by Kevin White. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Still second down.
Offense in a good spot here, 2nd and 2. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Now they run with Sims. Room here to run. 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Chicago. Charles Sims, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on third down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, picked up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. So the drive there took 6 plays, and the end result is a Bears touchdown. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And last time out they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. Wow, now we've got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
When we sat with the coaching staff a couple of days ago, they said attacking that defensive look with a run, something they wanted to do, it was effective.
And they were extremely confident, weren't they? Their planning, their preparation, they knew what they were going to get in that defense, and they were able to attack it accordingly.
The starting 11 defensively for the Bears.
Kyle Fuller is one of those new breed, complete defensive backs. Eager to tackle, but a better cover man.
Second down following the incompletion.
Check.
They come out here in the eye. A handoff to Perkins. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle. So they run it on second down. Now let's see what third down brings here for the offense.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They'll come out in the pistol.
Let's go! 3-19!
Out of the pistol, Perkins. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Again, we'll see the pistol here.
No. Check. Patriot!
They go with Perkins again. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Only 2 yards on the pickup there, and now they're looking at a long third down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually...
Oh, the Bears break through, and they block it. So much for pinning him really deep. Short punt could have pinned him inside the 10. Now great field position the other way.
It's never good when you're punting the ball and your eyes see the ball go back behind you.
No.
However form, whether it's over your head or to the side, never good. Now it becomes a race to get to the football so they don't pick it up and take it all the way.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. And this is caught at the 8. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. So we'll get a 2nd and goal when we come back. It's the Bears off to the early lead. And we're back to Soldier Field after this.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. So second and goal here from the 9. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on third and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up third.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it won't be easy.
And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
Whether they deserve credit or not, the defense is going to take credit for that incompletion because it always feels good when you slow down an offense.
And this one is right through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the drive takes them inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. Set to return. This is Brandon Cooks. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Return team. Automatic first down.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time. We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line is just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Let's go. Blue landed. Blue landed.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Hey, the defense is in this game as well. They wanted to make it a tough 3rd down. They were able to do so on that last play, preventing a big gain.
Still in search of the 1st down after that last completion. A nickel back added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. A dump off to the flat for Perkins. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
A penalty is declined.
Here's Thomas Morstead now. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But I also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. Really tough drive, but that run help salvage something there because now there's something positive that came out of it. They got to see good blocking, good push by the offensive line, wide receivers trying to get involved, a good run by the back. And now maybe it'll be a catalyst for them to look at going forward, watching it on tape. Maybe they can keep incorporating that type of a run into their offense.
They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
4 down, check. 4 down. Come on, let's go. Try 38. Try 38.
They go play action here on 1st down. Deep drop. A dump off to Sims. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll make this a second down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw. The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
Still 9 yards to go on third down.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up fourth down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
So on fourth down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. He juked him. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Again, they go to Perkins. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a third and about 5.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Out of the gun now on third down. And this is going to be incomplete.
Holding offense. A penalty is declined.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is,
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Or the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground. Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
They come up in an offset eye. Back to throw now in his own end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. Sims. And he's got room. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 12 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a 1st down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a 1st down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Down, back to Perkins. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, there's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Lucky Whitehead is intended target. And now it's 3rd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Finding time. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Alec Ogletree coming in to drop it for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And it looks like this will likely be the last play before we hit the 2-minute warning.
Let's see if they can sneak one more good play in before the 2-minute signal.
And they'll run it here. Oh, look at the juke. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 1:57 to go in this first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. All A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's got time in the pocket. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Now back to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, if there's got to be casualties at times, we're trying to win a game.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Another pistol look here. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Thomas has got it, complete. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. He's going to float this one deep and got his man, complete. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And Lutz's kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So a field goal here. They're still down, but they put a dent into that lead before the break.
And that's got to feel good because now they've seen that they can put some more points on the board, and that gives them a whole second half to get back to where they want to be, and that's in the lead.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. A little 360.
Oh,
and he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. The Bears have been a mess when it comes to avoiding turnovers. The Saints, however, probably feel like they should be doing better on the scoreboard. All right, let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Now, following the interception, the ball will pop loose here. Third down from the 20. Quick pass and catch by Devontae Adams. And he won't be brought down until he makes it to their own 37-yard line. Sticking with the same drive, Sims is going to get clear of the defense here. And he'll go in from 54 yards out, giving them an early lead. Third and long, Ogletree is going to take down the QB here. This will go for a loss of 7. So that's it for us. We'll go back now to Chicago for the start of the second half.
Thank you, LR. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now a handoff as they run left side. So we got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you stop the clock, and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. So a good spin move, but not a whole lot to show after as he's taken down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll let Perkins carry to start the drive. And he will find his way forward to about the 23-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
They run with Perkins. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Well, he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Here's Thomas Morstead now. He's been terrific so far. Taking it about the 16.
Whoosh.
A great return there of 22 yards. And the Bears take over. They come out here in the eye. Now a handoff here to his running back. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Well, they know how to protect the pass, but sometimes cornerbacks, they can also stop the run, can't they?
Is that what we call a complete corner? Yeah, because we're so used to these guys just being defenders in the pass game. How about the guys who can come up and make the tackles? That's what we just saw there for no gain, too.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a third down. Now, the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
He's got time. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up a fourth down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. And tough starting field position here. The drive starts with a run by Perkins. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Oftentimes when you're not winning at the point of attack for an offensive line, maybe they're getting out physical. Spread things out a little bit, make it more of a one-on-one blocking scheme. Then you don't have to win it physically. You just have to win it by position. That may open things up for your running backs.
He'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped at his tracks at about the 3. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. Well, that was better than the first go-around when he lost yardage, but still nothing there, and that sets up a 3rd and long. Tough spot here.
Put it mildly, sometimes I wonder if some of that old-school football should come back into play. You know what I would think here? Quick kick. Try and change field position, help out your team.
On the run, it's Perkins. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a first down.
Fielded just inside the 20. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. It's grabbed over the middle by White. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Second and 5. He'll look to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
They'll give it to him right up the gut. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1, you know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. And he'll give it here to his running back. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. While other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Now Sims. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. Tackle made by Kenny Vaccaro.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
They'll run it again with Sims. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That was a tremendous play by the defensive line. We always talk about leverage versus any play. How about versus the draw? Underneath, they get into the backfield and make a big-time play.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
On the give, it's Perkins. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. Alec Ogletree in on the stop. And if they want to keep this drive alive, they'll need 8 yards here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, standing just outside his own goal line. This is taken at the 18. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And that will come the offense as they take over.
Here we go.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Single, slop. Hey, let's go. Brand 38.
Back to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. It'll be a gain of 6, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. So completion on second down, that brings up 3rd. They come up in an offset eye. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. He's got Adams on the hookup. And the ball is knocked out. And some room to work. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold it, maybe force the punt. Instead, they force the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
Blair Walsh on to attempt the extra point. And in this rain, they were nice and cautious there on the extra point try, and that caution was well warranted as this game is tied. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it's a 2nd down. 6 yards to go here on 2nd down. Back to throw here. Surveying the field. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. 1st and 15 here behind the chains. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he rifles one incomplete. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. Another pistol look here. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Finding time. And Ty Montgomery has it complete. There he goes left side. Touchdown, Chicago. Ty Montgomery, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead. Good pass, clean catch, and a house call there on the fly route.
And not that much room to operate. So that tells you about his acceleration. We always talk about being able to go from 0 to 60 real fast. It took him less time than that to get the top speed and complete that play.
A try here for the extra point. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Kobe Fleener, the tight end, his intended target. And it's second down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
10 yards to go on third. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Ogletree coming in to drop it for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Here's Thomas Morstead now. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will come back onto the field with a 1st and 10. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And not the start that he expected. You look at the numbers, though, he's got back here to his elite level.
And I get the sense that the defense game plan a little bit different than what he expected. You know, he had an idea from watching tape what he should expect. They changed things up on him a little bit and caused that slow start. For the best ones, they take it as a challenge, and they come fighting back. And that's exactly what we saw there.
Let's go!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups. And they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, the spin. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs.
Here we go. Let's round.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Give the tackle there to Gerald Hodges. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Now back to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. It's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards. And now a first down following that long gain.
Let's go. Grand 38.
They'll run here with Sims. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Come on, let's go. 190.
They'll look to throw here. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Everyone's got 4 down. Come on, let's go. Grand 38.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He hits White, complete. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bears will add on to their lead. And that moment we just saw, always so special for any rookie. The first touchdown of his career.
And there's nothing like anticipation, is there? You know he's been dreaming about it, thinking about it. It's been a part of every bit of his being. And finally, it gets done. He's got to feel great right now.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. What a spin. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Just 2 yards to go here on 2nd down for the offense.
All right, here we go. Boom, down there.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It's complete. Flainer, right side. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll set up to throw. And the tight end has it. It's Flainer. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
They'll look to throw now on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up third down. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block him. Third and 11, 5 in the secondary now.
Nickel look. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, fourth down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete.
Pass interference. Defense.
Certainly some contact there, and that's why there's a penalty on the defender for pass interference.
So hard to time it up for a defender to hit the receiver when the ball arrives. Got there a little bit early on that one.
Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
So we've got a 2nd and 5. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Here we go. Green 39.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete. The Bears have put an extra defender in the secondary on third down.
Yep, they're in the nickel. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Offensive line wasn't set. There's the flag, and 5 yards back they go.
Quarterback has to look around and make sure that his team is ready to go. Sometimes the quarterbacks go faster than is necessary.
And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And no, it's incomplete.
Pass interference. Defense.
So pass interference on the defense. And Charles, this is a penalty we see all the time.
The offenses know what they're doing. They know how to create great matchups. And defenders, if you're not there in time, they will throw the flag.
First and goal here from the 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. Only a yard that time. Second and goal. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Second and goal, but still a decent chunk of yardage here. They're on the 8, and they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's third and goal.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
And not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. They got to have 6 here. It's third and goal.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw. His pass caught at the 4. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Their big tight end with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Saints have cut it back within a score. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Lutz will look to add the extra point. He's got it, and it's 24-17. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Let's go. Brand 38. Brand 38.
They'll drop the throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. 2 yards to go here on third down. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Really good, smart play by the defense, understanding third and short, guarding the first down sticks, and being able to make a play on the football and bat it down.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And the offense moving quickly to the line. He'll look to throw. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. He's back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a second down. Back to throw. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
It appears that the pressure is affecting him today. Normally, he knows exactly when to get rid of the football, but today, because he's been hit a few times, he's getting rid of it a little bit too quickly.
Let's go.
Back to throw. A dump off to the flat for Parkins. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it first and goal. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They'll look to throw. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive go. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll look to throw again. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
And now a critical extra point attempt here. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. And he powers his way up past the 30. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And a quick throw here. That's complete. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
He completes it right side to White. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And now this. Yeah, the Saints signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This from long, very long range. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And, Charles, you talk about a big kick under pressure in the fourth quarter. That wasn't like a 33-yarder. That was a long-distance kick.
Brandon, it shows you the faith that this coaching staff has in their kicker. You're right. If this goes wrong, you're going to give up the ball near midfield. But that was an absolute rainmaker, and it's going to give them a late lead.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won, and fun for us, because we got to watch it and call it. That magic that you were talking about didn't occur at the end, but what a game all the way through.
So for the Bears, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers.